right, guys, here we go. We got another Max Effort Monday. I thought I was supposed to have, well, I didn't think. I was supposed to have that labrum surgery this Thursday, but we had some insurance issues, so I had to push it back a few weeks. So I'm going to get a couple more heavy lifts in before that. So today we did a parallel box squat with the camber bar, which is pretty tough because it's right in the middle of being really hard because it's not quite a low box, but it's not a high box either where you can really load the weight up. So that's what we got today. Chasing drove in from Southern Miss. Get this last few heavy days in before I have surgery. So here we go with the camber bar. That's an 82-pound bar. Then we got 55s on each side. Just working our way up, plate by plate by plate. So one thing you guys need to remember when it comes to these max effort days, or if you want to call them max out days, is always leave something maybe in the tank. If you fail, you fail. But the biggest thing is give the maximum effort. You know, give the best you can that day. Get a number, get in, get out. This whole workout took us less than about 45 minutes from warm-up to our sets, to our secondary work, to our auxiliary work today, you know. And the biggest thing with these max effort days is to get that stimulus. Get that stimulus and get that number. And get that number so when we come back to a parallel box cambered bar, we know what our max is. So when we use our percentages, we have a much better idea of where we should be at in the training cycle, where we should be at on our dynamic days, speed days, percentage days, whatever you want to call it. We'll have a number to go off of rather than guessing like a lot of people do. You never want to guess when you have your percentage-based stuff or workouts. I shouldn't really say stuff. Sounds amateur. Anytime you have something percentage-based, you should really have a number to work off of. If you don't have a number to work off of, you're just guessing. It's either going to be too heavy or it's going to be too light. If it's too light, you're not going to get the stimulus you need. You'll breeze through the workout and you won't really get the neurological response that you want. And if you go too heavy, you're going to fry your nervous system and you won't be able to recover, and you're probably not going to finish the workout. You're definitely not going to move the bar at the speed it should be if it's a velocity day, dynamic day, things of that nature. So I think Chasen has one more big lift after this, I believe. I have one more after this. This is, I believe, 522 on the bar. Let's see. So I think Chasen has one more after this. Or no, this may be his last one. We'll find out in a second. I know from how I spotted him if it was his last big lift or not. No, he has one more in the tank. He has one more coming up. He puts a 45 or a 55 on the bar, I believe. So, no, this is the 5. This is like 560 something, I believe. Yeah, this is 566 that I just did, and then this was his 522 that he got for his last attempt. So, just remember, always give the maximum effort. Try your hardest, and always just give your best in the gym. Even if you're having a real shitty day, you're tired, you're beat up, you can give really good effort on something. You know, you can always give the effort. You won't always get the number you want or pull what you want, or may not look as pretty as you want. Like this wasn't a very pretty squat right here. My knees cave in. They should be out the whole time. I get a little loose on the bottom. But you know what? I've had 622 on my back. So I'm going to get a stimulus from that. And then here's our secondary work for the day. We just kept with the cambered bar, and we did some good mornings, and we try to get extra deep into that good morning with our stretch with our lower back and our hamstrings and our hips. Jason stayed around the reds and worked up to, believe, 22s on the bar, and then I started with reds and then worked up the 3 reds. Biggest thing you need to remember when it comes to your secondary movements, it should somewhat hit your weaknesses. Say if you're a lifter, if your sport is powerlifting, weightlifting, strongman, if you're a strength athlete, your secondary lifts should always have some sort of carryover to your main lift. It should always hit your weaknesses in your main lift, right? So with this, we're hitting our lower back today because that's where I feel I'm the weakest right now, where my back used to be my strongest. It's definitely my weakest on my lifts right now. My legs are pretty strong, but my back just does not feel as strong as it used to be when I was younger, when I was super strong. So that's why we're doing these heavy good mornings with the cambered bar. And as I get a little bit heavier, I slow my pace down, but I try to move the bar as fast as I can. Fast as I can, so my body gets used to moving weight fast. Even on max effort days, you want to try to move the bar as fast as you can. If you're moving slow, chances of you missing a lift are a lot higher. So, see where Chasen goes after this big lift right here. So he has 5s on, puts 2.5s on. Pretty good way for him. Remember, Chasen's about 6'3", so, I mean, he's moving a pretty long ways when he does his good mornings, or even when he squats in general. He has really long legs, so he's moving a pretty good distance every time he does a lift, either a deadlift or a squat, or really a clean, a snatch, anything like that. Look at that. The range of motion is really good. Getting his back super strong. He's more beat up than I am. He's going a little bit lighter. I'm just trying to push it as heavy as I can go on these good mornings because I know my back needs to get stronger, needs to be bulletproof like it used to be. I mean, I can remember pulling 700 pounds multiple times without barely warming up. Start with like 4 plates and just work my way up, single jumps, until I got to over 700. And now, 600 feels heavy. And that, goes to not being able to lift a lot with my shoulder, kind of being out of it, not really training like I want to because of my shoulder issue. So it'll all come back after this surgery in the next few weeks. But I know that I have to get my back stronger. If I get my back stronger, when I get back to snatching and cleaning and doing all that, I know my numbers will go shoot right back up if my back is strong. Because the legs will always come back. But the back is such a key. Those muscles all from your lats all the way down to your rectus spine, everything, even your glutes. If those are not strong, there's going to be loss of power, loss of stability, loss of strength in those pulls when you're standing up, things of that nature. So I know I have to get that a lot stronger. This should be his last set of good mornings. Then I'll go, and then we'll go to some stiff leg deadlifts. Remember, if you want some programming, always just shoot us a message, an email, comment down below. We can shoot you some programming if you want to get on our programming or custom programming. Do the same thing. We'll hook you up, and you can train just like we are every day. Especially with my programming, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. I mean, we train college athletes, pro athletes, high school athletes, all different sports, weightlifters, powerlifters, strongman. So whatever your goal is, if you want to get stronger, just shoot us a DM either on Instagram or Facebook, or comment down below, or find our email here on the YouTube, and we can help you reach your goals. I mean, we've had numerous powerlifters hit state records and national records in their weight classes and divisions. We've had 3 people actually this past year qualify top 10 in their weight class in weightlifting, a master's and a youth and then a junior. All were top 10 who are going to compete in the Arnold this upcoming March. It should be pretty fun. So it's a big meet. Not everyone will be there, so hopefully those guys will podium for their first national meet, or at least get a medal at some sort. So here's our accessory work for the day. We're doing stiff leg deadlifts from a snatch grip position. Again, like I said, I want to get my back super strong. Again, and using the snatch grip is really going to focus on getting the upper back strong as well as the lower back off the ground. If the upper back is weak, you're going to be rounded over in catch positions. You might be rounded from the pull from actual good position, from a good start position. So we like doing these stiff-legged snatch grip to really get that upper back strong on top of getting the lower back and glutes and hamstrings strong like a normal stiff leg deadlift would. We saw really good results with these with Aaron. I mean, we threw these in with all of his meat preps the past few times. I mean, his deadlift shot all the way up. He had a really hard time locking it out. He could get it off the ground, but, you know, once he got to mid-thigh, it was pretty tough for him. So we figured if we got his upper back stronger while still doing some sort of pull, that it would transfer over. And this is what we came up with, the the snatch stiff leg deadlift. Great exercise, big burner. And also, you can only go so heavy with this movement. With your arms being wider, your grip is a factor, so we're using straps, but just the overall position, like you'll see my back slowly round off the ground and then get tighter. I mean, if you're rounded completely off the ground, you're not going to be able to pick this bar up. You may be able to pick it up, but once you get to your knees, you're going to fail. So it's a really good lift to get strong and to build up that upper back strength, but it's also a really good lift because you can only go so heavy or you're not going to be able to pull it off the ground. You know, with a normal deadlift, you can, you know, be rounded and cheat and this and that, or even like a normal stiff leg, you can be rounded, cheat, this or that. But with this snatch grip, that your hand position, shoulder position, feet position, I mean, that really limits the weight that you're going to be able to do in this movement. Here's my last set with 374 on the bar. Pretty good, pretty easy, moved it pretty fast. I really just wanted to get this shoulder healthy and see where I'm at. And here we're doing some Nordics. I tried to do a real Nordic, haven't done them in a while. And there is a massive calf cramp that I still feel 5 hours post-workout. It was pretty tough. So we were supposed to do inverse curls, but we don't have an inverse curl. And we've been doing so many GHDs that we decided to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit harder on us. So we're doing the Nordic curls, and we're doing it, you know, go down, control, then explode up with a partner holding us. We did this for 5 sets of 5. I did my last 2 sets Nordic curl without pushing up. It was pretty hard. I could have lengthened my hamstrings more, but it's all a starting point, you know. Cramped up on the first rep, then I did the first 3 sets like this, like chasing, and then my last 2 sets, I tried my best to get touch my nose to the ground and come up. Like I said, I could have extended a lot more, but first week back doing these are pretty freaking tough. Even in that position, you have some pretty freaking strong hamstrings to finish that all the way through, and calves and glutes and all that stuff. So as we go through these max effort days, we'll throw these in more and more, and hopefully we'll be able to get full extension all the way at the bottom, but you have to start somewhere. Touching that nose to the ground. This is my last set right here. We did 5 sets of 5. So I did 3 sets of 5, falling to my chest and exploding up, and then 2 sets of 5 like that. And then Chasen tried it right here, and you can see it was pretty tough for him. But remember, like, subscribe, share the videos. If you have any questions, comment down below or DM us, email us, all that good stuff. And remember, stay savage, not average.